So I'm joined this company about nearly 4 months already. But beginning, I didn't focus a lot. I was more watching Zooms, what's going on, the groups. I didn't pay a lot of attention. So I used to have a photography company for 10 years. Good business, really good business, was busy. So this year, not any jobs anymore. Only one wedding they asked me to do. It was 15 people, but I'm not even take that job because I cannot work with this mask, all this pandemic is not for me because I don't believe this. What I don't say, I don't believe. I believe what I say. So yeah, and we have restaurant as well, 1 year since December this year, last year. And really hard struggling, guys. Seriously, it's not easy. My partner is every day on stress, you invest a lot of money and it doesn't work. And, we need to sit here and wait for customers and it's not joke, big investment. So, and I'm so happy, Ruta, she told me about this platform. I knew she's doing something, but I never pay attention, what's there, what's this, how it does work. So when she showed me this platform, I'm so happy and thankful for her help. This system, it does work. So the good thing, you don't need to pay any rent, any salaries, any taxes, any, wages, even the slow week or something, you can do personal development. You can do a lot of things. You don't need to stress, your customers not coming. It's totally different. And I love network marketing. This company is amazing, In 3 months, I learned a lot of stuff and I'm still learning every day. So yeah, you can help to the people seriously, they can change their life. Today I received a message, one guy from my team, is the first guy, he thanked me because he start making money with the trading and it's good money. So my heart is melt, seriously, guys. It's amazing. The main thing, I can help to the people and I'm changing their life. And another good thing, my business partner is Rose Garcia. He moved from Chicago. He's Bob Proctor consultant, 10 years. And I'm so happy we can share not only for our group, but for all of you guys, this information, how to control your mind, how to think, how to control your life. So Ross, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you perfectly.
So let's put some fire emojis to Ross because time is going so quick. I don't want to take Ross time. So let's put some fire emojis for Ross. Grab the notes, pens. Don't forget the pens. And let's listen.
So I wanna thank everyone. Give me a thumbs up, Sybil, if you can hear me good. Can you hear me good?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So I just want to say thanks to everyone for being on the call. Today is Wednesday. We're in 2020. I'll give you guys the date just in case. October 21st, right? And I'm here in London at Stratford Mall. I'm actually next to a TGIF, okay? And if you guys can see, there isn't any people here at the mall, okay? I got my jacket on. It was raining earlier today. So I have this kind of like this waterproof jacket. And I'm looking at my notes, guys. I'm looking at my notes of, what is happening right now as far as like my goals. And it takes a lot to get me fired up. I don't really get too excited, but I am excited about the future. I have these glasses, so don't think these are prescription. These are actually glasses for the computer. These are computer glasses, and I'm on my phone a lot, so I need to have these on. It helps me out with my eyes. So you guys can find them on Amazon. If you guys are on the cell phone a lot, you can go on Amazon and buy some of these computer glasses. They're like $17 pounds, but they're really good because, you know, I had like eye strain, so it's been helping me out with it. So now, yesterday we were talking about the subconscious mind and how your subconscious mind is thinking when you're not thinking, because you have 60,000 thoughts per day. And out of those 60,000 thoughts, the predominant thoughts that you have are like repeating, right? So we have to understand that you're not in control here, okay? You're not in control of this life. And I don't mean to like be negative, right? I do not mean to be negative about this information, but I want you guys to understand that we're dealing with something that is negative, because the subconscious mind is programmed negatively and environmentally by what you've seen, smells, taste, hear, and touch. So what's happening is that you have what's called a heart. Now, according to the chakras, because you have chakras in your body, the heart is like the highest impulse. It's actually stronger than the mind. Now, the mind is not the brain. The brain is like inside my skull. The mind is actually outside of your skull. It's an activity that is literally impressing thoughts into your skull, into your brain, that is triggering an emotion. That's why your heart is like where you really, really have that self-image about who you are. Your heart of hearts, what John Canary said, is the conversations that you have inside of you, the deepest secrets of you, of the limitations that you placed upon yourself. Now, yes, the subconscious mind is programmed negatively, but you have to understand that in order for you to break through to making a quantum leap in your income, going for a couple million, you have to break through that self-image that you were told who you were. Now, excuse me, I had some coffee. Um, so here's the deal. The deal is that you have 60,000 thoughts per day. And there was a professor from the early 1900s. I had talked about him yesterday, William James. And he said that you have 60,000 thoughts, but mostly all of them have nothing to do with what you want. And they're not serving you. Not only that, but you're programmed negatively. So automatically, most of those thoughts are negative thoughts about yourself and negative thoughts of what other people think about you. So because you're not in control of the vehicle, the only time you're in control is when you permeate the thought, when you hold on to the thought, which is a higher faculty. So your higher faculty is your imagination, perception, reasoning, intuition, memory, and the will, which is the concentration factor. So you have an imagination and you have a will. You could focus on having a wonderful life, residual income, a better life, but you're going to have, like, I guess you could say you're going to have like a rope that is pulling you back to the comfort zone, to where you're used to being. Because up to like you're 7 years old, the mind, the subconscious mind is open, but then it gets closed off. So if you can remember back to when you were a child, you could remember that maybe you used to watch cartoons, or you used to think that you were a superhero, uh, you know. So we have this childlike character inside of us, but we've been beaten down. And what have we been beaten down with? Our perception. So our perception is programmed to think positive about situations or negative. So because we're programmed negative, automatically your perception is going to shift to the negative. So when you see a situation, you can change your perception and everything else will change. So what do I mean by that? Well, going back to William James, he says that your belief system is based upon your evaluation of something. And frequently, if you reevaluate a situation, your beliefs about that situation will change. And that's what I did. And that's what my mentor, Bob Proctor, did. So your belief system is based upon your evaluation of something. And frequently, if you reevaluate a situation, your beliefs about that situation will change. Because when we look at a situation, we think negative about that situation, like growing your business, getting residual income, making $1 million, or being a multimillionaire. Because you have a belief system in your heart of hearts, in the secret place where you talk to yourself about who you really are. So what I want you guys to do is go into the secret place. And what is the secret place? A mirror, a dark place in your room at night. And just to tell you guys how this works is look at yourself in the mirror. If this would be a mirror, look at yourself in the mirror, right? And tell yourself your goal, your desire. So one of the affirmations that I would tell myself, that I tell myself is, I'm so happy and grateful now that money comes to me in increasing quantities through multiple sources on a continuous basis. I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm making residual income in my business. I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm attracting the right people into my business. And Napoleon Hill, when he met Andrew Carnegie told him, go in front of a mirror and tell yourself that you're going to accomplish what I've done in my life and you're going to beat me at the post, meaning that you will make more millionaires than I have. Now, in the beginning, Napoleon Hill was like, why would the richest person in the world tell me to look at a mirror? But there's something behind that. And what's behind that is that you have to create a new self-image of yourself. So it's you against you. So don't think of TV, family, friends, loved ones. Don't think of them as them versus you. Don't think of your relationship, your significant other, the person that supposedly loves you, right? Or loves you, right? Because they might love you. Don't think of that as someone that is bringing you down. Don't think of your circle as someone that is bringing you down. And if you think that, because that's a negative thought, change it into a positive thought. That's the only way that the subconscious mind, because today's title is about the subconscious mind. And I drift away to the higher faculties and how the higher faculties literally are programmed negatively to bring us the wrong results. So you have to, as a life coach, you have to be able to explain it and make sense out of something that doesn't make sense. Like, it doesn't make sense for you to be a millionaire because you've never made $1 million. And if you made $1 million, it wouldn't make sense for you to create a quantum leap and make 50 million. Why? Because it's you versus you and your belief systems. Like I asked someone, I forgot who it was. I said, how much is it for a gallon of gas or gasoline? Oh, you know, it's called relativity. Like, how do you relate to things to other things? So in order for you to understand the subconscious, you have to understand the higher faculties and you have to understand what the energy is and where the energy is going. And Emerson says that the only thing that can grow is the thing you give energy to. So one of the things that I did today, I was looking at my goal card. I was looking at my goal card in this business. So I say, I'm so happy and grateful now that I have 10 or more people on our daily Zoom calls. And I am at 1 p.m. and at 7 p.m. UK time. Now the times have changed, and also we're doing self-confidence and mindset. I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm a chairman 10 by December 31st, 2020. Now, if your goal doesn't manifest, change the date, keep going for the goal, because there's 7 universal basic principles. The first one is the transmutation of energy. Science and theology, they disagree on a lot of things, but they come to an unanimous decision on one thing, that nothing's created, nothing's destroyed. So that means that the life that you want is already here. Now, it's in a certain dimension, it's being played out. And the way that you can manifest it is by entertaining the idea, the image. So that's an imagination. That's the higher faculty. Then you have your perception. And everything that's happened in your life up to this point is either negative or positive. It can't be both at the same time. So when the energy comes in, it has to be directed in a positive way. Now, what you see might not be positive because of your perception. Then change it to positive. What I'm saying here, guys, is that it's more difficult than you really think. When people watch the movie The Law of Attraction, The Secret, people thought, oh, okay, all I have to do is write a million and I'll be a millionaire. Well, guess what? Millionaires are being made all the time, but they're never holding on to their millions. They're never growing, because people that win the lottery fail, and they fail big time. People that become football players, baseball players, they make millions of dollars, but then they retire broke. Why? Because the subconscious mind is programmed negatively. And if you ever pick up a book called As a Man Thinketh by James Allen, he says that your mind is programmed negatively and environmentally. So environment is more important than heredity. Environment means that it doesn't matter what your parents passed down to you, heredity. It doesn't matter where you're from. It doesn't matter if you went to college. It doesn't matter if you were broke up to this point. What matters is what you're thinking about, what you want, why you want it, when you want it. It doesn't have to, you don't have to worry about how this will happen. Like the how will present itself to you. Okay. So today I wanted this call to basically flow into your mind and to create pictures of this is real. Okay. Because when I create pictures in your mind, I'm impressing the thought of you being successful. And in the grand scheme of things, you are successful, and you're successful right now. But you have a perception of how this can happen. And you have a perception of who you are and the negative situations. So you really have to use your higher faculty, reason, and say, okay, I understand that I was poor. I understand that I was born into poverty. My dad, like in my case, my dad, the most he's ever made was like 60,000. And when I told him I want to make 20,000 a week, he's like, you got to be out of your mind. But then I manifested it through with zero. We were knocking on doors, helping people stay in their homes. We were doing foreclosure. Now, nobody was buying homes in 2010. So what did I do? I stopped doing mortgages and I started doing foreclosure defense. I went on the opposite side. So you see what I'm saying? You could always flip the switch. So you have to really start to think and really let the energy flow through you. You cannot have a force. Force closes the gates, like Bob Proctor says. You cannot force. It's called the law of attraction, not the law of assertion. You cannot make anyone be with you. You have to let go and let God, and understand that things happen by law. There's a reason you're on the call, and you're going to get this information. So you have the higher faculties, you have imagination, the will, reasoning, intuition, perception, and memory. You have a perfect memory. You have the lower faculties, which are easy to use, and you've been using them this whole time. You can see, smell, taste, hear, and touch. But a dog can see, smell, taste, hear, and touch. You're not a dog, a pig, or a horse. You have a self-image, like in that book, Psycho-Cybernetics, with Maxwell Maltz. He talks about you have a self-image and how plastic surgery can literally change the way you think because you have more confidence. So this is about confidence. This is about doing what I'm doing, showing people how to be confident, going out there, test driving the cars, trying on the right clothes, or the clothes that you want to wear, the name brands. But we're literally going through a shift, and humanity is waking up that they've been enslaved. They've been basically in bondage. So the way to snap out of it is by learning this material, by taking possession of your mind and letting yourself out the prison that you put yourself in. And yes, there is TV, there is mediocrity, criticism, people that don't believe, but that's fine, because the whole thing is that you have you. You are a spirit. You're for expansion and fuller expression, never for disintegration, never for hard times. How can you do it if you're broke? So this is about being wealthy, rich, positive, so positive it scares people. So positive it scares people where they see the difference in your life. They see who your friends are, what you're doing, what you're attracting in your life, your bank account, the lifestyle you have. There is no difference between 1 million and 100 million to the subconscious mind. When you impress the subconscious mind with, I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm a multimillionaire, it has no ability to reject. It's like the dirt, like Earl Nightingale says. You can plant nightshade or deadly poison, and not even a 16th of an inch away, you can plant corn and sweet food. It gives you what you plant. Through auto-suggestion, looking at yourself in the mirror, you're gonna get this. My job, my goal, studying this material for 10 years is for you to get this and to condense it, to make you get this in 5 minutes of a conversation, in 20 minutes of a conversation. So the subconscious mind picks it up with enthusiasm. If you don't feel good, do something that makes you feel good. Be excited about your goals. Be excited to go out there and wake up and talk to people and bring people into your business. Have an image. Take pictures out of magazines of how you want your life to be. Now, it might take a couple years, but guess what? Give your time for money, like 99% of people do. And then they wonder why they're broke. But it's not that, guys. It's your mind. When you control your mind and direct it and constantly let the flow come through to and through you, through the flow, you have harmony. That's what Andrew Carnegie prophesied. That's what he talked about to all of his people that work for him. He says, if there's harmony in the workplace, in your environment, then everything else is like second nature. If you can't have harmony, then it's not going to work. So understand these principles. If you didn't take notes, I'm giving you the video on YouTube. Play the video. Why you've been caught up in confusion, and then reevaluate your life. It doesn't matter if you made 20, 50,000. You can make that a week. Just believe. Like Napoleon Hill says, I'll leave you with this. He says, there's a difference between wishing for a thing and being ready to receive it. No one is ready for a thing until they believe they can acquire it. Remember, there is no effort that's required to aim high in life than there is to demand prosperity and abundance than there is to accept lack and limitation. Prosperity and abundance or lack and limitation. It's up to you. I choose prosperity and abundance, and that's why I'm bringing you guys these calls every single day, because you will prosper. You are abundance. And I want to talk to Sybil because Vincent's doing the call, so we want to jump on Vincent's call after this. Thank you guys for your time.
Thank you, Ross. Let's put some fire emojis for Ross Garcia, our golden nuggets, our golden nuggets. So thank you so much for the blow mind information. And guys, every day, 12 p.m., jump on this call. Don't be late. Have your notes, grab your pens, invite your friends, invite your guests, and enjoy this call. And let's jump on the Vincent call because we don't have a lot of time to chat. Have an amazing day, everyone. Thank you so much for joining this call. Thank you and have an amazing day.